Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly September 8th to the 14th reading for the sign of Libra. I already did a pre-video shuffle so we can get right into your spread. Let's pull out your romance angel messages for this week. Wedding. Wow, beautiful. Somebody's getting married. Retreat. This came out for a few of the readings this week so far. And unrequited love. So we've got three pretty different messages here, right? Wedding, retreat, and unrequited love. So let's see what this is all about. We won't know until we get into your spread, but let's take a look at your animal spirits. Now again, you may resonate with some or all or none of these, and that's fine too. Let's see, we have Swan, water energy. Wow, very beautiful. Love, can indicate wedding as well. Horse energy, earth, very free. Butterfly, air energy. Wow, so three very beautiful animals that very rarely come up actually for my readings. I want to say these are certainly three animal spirits that don't make regular appearances. And when we first off, let's just go through them briefly. We can start off with the swan. Swan certainly is water energy. The swans are quite interesting creatures because they are very much beautiful, creative. They have a lot of sides to them though. Swan energy, we're talking about effortless creativity. They're kind of elegant power. They have the strength and beauty that kind of rolls all into one, right? So it represents, the swan comes in because it represents heightened creativity. It's the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, right? In general. So we're talking about somebody who may be starting to become a writer, someone who may be starting to increase their kind of artistic output, right? There's a lot of healing that goes on with this, right? You know, it's time for you. Also, when a swan appears, it's a time in your life when these energies, these creative energies are very needed, right? It's like your soul is kind of crying out for an outlet, a creative outlet. And so in this way, swan energy comes in not only to sort of highlight the strength of creativity and the strength of having creativity in your life, but the swan also highlights that your soul right now, or your spirit, right, your soul really requires an avenue or an outlet right now for its growth, okay? So then we have the horse, and the horse is interesting because it's also another animal that is really wrapped up with the idea of expressing your creative identity, right? But the horse is more to do with kind of that freedom, right? The freedom to create your identity, making a place in the world that is very unique for yourself. So with the horse, we're talking about expansive energy and force, freedom and momentum. It's one of the most masterful forms. It's in fact the most masterful form in the deck for earth energy. So horse is able to really manifest anything that it puts its mind to, right? As long as it's not caged or stifled. It's very supportive. We ride on horses, and so horse energy comes in when you need that really strong support to get you through a particular situation, right, or difficult terrain. The horse is fully awake, fully alive. It cannot be defeated. So when you have that horse stability, and I do apologize for background noise, when you have that horse stability carrying you through a difficult situation, you really are almost assured a win, an achievement here, because the horse is unstoppable in a lot of ways. Now, when we get to butterfly energy, which is air energy, we do have water, earth, and air here this week. And so we have three very different animal spirits, right? But of course, when we talk about the butterfly, we're talking about transformation, right? The butterfly is pretty consistent in terms of its symbolism throughout history. It's always indicated a great change, undergoing a great change, undergoing a great transformation inside of yourself. It's being like right in the middle of that, right? The energy of the butterfly is with us during that moment, right? It's the air element of the heart, right? It's the change that involves relationships. Oftentimes, this can be a transformation of a relationship in a sense that, it either increases, right? Sometimes there's some discomfort or some impatience, right, that happens. A relationship could increase or it could change. This is a transformation, so it happens in a way that you really can't measure until it happens, right? But it can come with some growing pains and some difficulty. But the butterfly energy is at work during times like that, and it can really support us, right? In the sense that change is something that we all have to go through, right? Also, the butterfly can indicate oftentimes that when you're going through transformation like this, it's at a time where you really need to let your friends and your loved ones help you. Let your community or the people that you love and that love you, let them be almost like a cocoon around you at this time, so that you can have the right support as you go through this transformation. And again, it's a transformation that's going to increase your desire to express yourself in a very creative way, right? So a lot of change for a lot of you guys this week, Libra. A lot of change in your life, a lot of personal growth happening. So let's just see what your forecasts for the week are going to be like. We're going to pull out about 6 to 8 3-card spreads for the week, Libra. And hopefully you'll resonate with one of these forecasts. And if not, that's fine too. Get right into it. We have Hierophant. Now, can I tell you that this is every single reading this week has had certain cards come up very similar. Hierophant was one of them. Queen of Pentacles. I love the Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Swords. Wow. So the Hierophant has come out for a lot of readings this week, and I think that that's because a lot of people are doubling down on their moral center, their spiritual calling. Some people are increasing their spiritual growth or outlook in terms of their goals in life, or becoming more spiritually inclined, right? Some of you, certainly with wedding, Swan, and Hierophant in a row, we're talking about certainly a commitment happening, right? Some of you are definitely getting married, right? And so the Hierophant comes in at times like this. Now, it's interesting. We have a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Swords, right? So it's almost like, I want to say that some of you are kind of going through this personal transformation in a way. And let me put it to you this way. It can be that this week, right? This week, the Hierophant is coming in terms of your spiritual doubling down. But for some of you, you have been kind of resonating with Queen of Pentacles energy for a long time. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, I love her because she is a very strong card. She's kind of built everything up from nothing, right? But her focus is primarily on her material abundance and her wealth. And I believe for some of you this week, it's like there's a change happening. This transformation could certainly be butterfly energy coming in, or even swan energy coming in. But it's almost as if you have this kind of awakening this week. And then you almost come in with Queen of Swords in the sense that the Queen of Swords tells us to cut away our masks. She wants us to be totally honest with who we are and our identity. And so I think, Libra, this is a case of you really resonating with both queens this week. For some of you, you've been living really a career-focused, money-focused sort of life, and that's fine. That's been your ambition. But this week, you're being challenged to kind of cut that identity of yourself away and perhaps go deeper to another identity that may be beginning to emerge as a result of some of your recent experiences. Some of you may have had spiritual epiphanies, right? And so you're doing this kind of reevaluating of who you really are right now. Some of you are certainly going to be moving away from the career-minded self, definitely going perhaps into a spiritual or more creative path. Empress energy, King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Wow. Well, some of you certainly are doing a lot of self-nurturing, right? You've been really working on yourself in terms of your self-commitment, your self-esteem, your beauty, right? Swan and Empress energy are very similar in the sense that you've been you've been cultivating your own beauty and your own strength in your beauty, the strength in your talents, the strength in your creative energy. You've been nurturing all of that, and that includes kind of that swan energy in the sense that some of you may have been writing more, you may have been singing more, you may have been more artistic, you may have been increasing your artistic expression in the way that you dress. You may have been adorning yourselves more. This has just been a general, like, kind of coming out of your own sensuality and beauty and creativity, right? And certainly you have a King of Swords in your life. Now, for some of you, this could be a love mate or a soulmate, a lover. And so this person, this King of Swords, wants to lock it down, right? This person, you may or may not be with them, but the King of Swords is kind of like, this week they may hold you to task in a sense. They may have a lot of conversation for you. They may check to see, where is your commitment? Are you really ready to do this with me, right? I feel like this King of Swords is someone who's going to come towards you with a desire to have a relationship or to have a higher level relationship with you if you're already committed with this person. But interestingly enough, I'm not sure if you are going to take their offer. There is a question of their commitment, right? There's a question of their commitment to being responsible, to working hard, right? So this week there's going to be a lot of discussion with this individual. I want to say, Libra, you certainly resonate with Empress energy. But this King of Swords, you know, what they're coming in with, it's like I said, you're questioning their ability to stay disciplined. You're questioning perhaps their ability to stay employed. They come across as a very arrogant person. This could be the type of individual that seems to act like he's got or she's got everything together. But then at the end of the day, you know, you find out that they really don't. So you want to just take care. You want them to show and prove this week. You want to ensure that there is a commitment to the labor that will be involved. There's a commitment to the relationship, if there's going to be a relationship. You just want to see how strong are they going to be and how committed are they going to be. So you kind of sit back and let them make their case, but I'm not sure if you're going to be communicating in the same way. This may be a case of unrequited love. We have Temperance, Moon. So some of you, and Six of Cups, some of you are certainly exercising a lot of temperance right now. Again, in a relationship, there's a relationship you're not really sure about. I feel like you're not sure about your own feelings, right? It could be that you're not sure about the other person's feelings. There's a Six of Cups, so there's a feeling of, some of you may already be in this relationship. This may have been a long-term relationship or even a marriage, but this week you're finding your emotions really being challenged. You're finding yourself feeling really different things. It could be a case of horse energy coming in the sense that you really feel like you want more freedom. But you're unsure because you're very happy in this relationship, but something is giving you pause. For some of you, it could be a heightened sense of intuition that something is not going right, that someone is not being completely honest or forthright, that there's something about what's been going on that you don't know about, or there are emotions that you don't know about, right? So you're exercising a lot of temperance, but the only way you're going to get to the bottom of this is really to have that conversation, or to follow your intuition where it leads, so you can uncover what it is you kind of feel like you don't know. Knight of Swords, Lovers, and Knight of Cups. Some of you are certainly caught between two relationships. One is an unrequited love, and one is a love that you perhaps want, but you're really not sure which way to go. You have a Knight of Swords that's come in and very much swept you off your feet in a very dynamic way. But then you also have this Knight of Cups come in, and they're being very romantic and sweet and lovable, and yet you may not be feeling them. You're caught between the two. Lovers is coming out. That's very Gemini energy, right, Libra? But some of you may be having a polyamorous relationship, and this week there is an issue that comes up. It may be a decision that you have to make. It could be that juggling these two relationships is starting to impact you, or impact your freedom or your forward momentum. But certainly some of you are definitely caught between two very different individuals, and you're very undecided. It could be that this is only just happening this week, that these two have come in. One will come in, and then the next one will come in, and it'll be like, wow, which way do I go? You're going to be given a lot of pause for thought. Fool, Queen of Cups, and Seven of Cups. This is also quite similar to the last spread, in the sense that the Fool knows you're about to start a new stage, and there's certainly a leap of faith that's required. This new stage in your life has certainly come about because of your opening up your heart, your desire to exchange love with someone, right? Because you really embodied that Queen of Cups energy, so you're very much like embodying your emotions right now. Queen of Cups is beautiful because she's not afraid of her emotions. She's not afraid to be vulnerable. But right now, even though you are kind of really opening up your heart chakra and sharing your emotions more with those around you, you're kind of not sure of, what it is you're looking for. You're ready to exchange love, but you're still kind of daydreaming about what that perfect love could be. You're not really sure. You may be given a lot of options. Just like with the last spread, you had Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups coming in. For some of you, this Queen of Cups, which oftentimes opens up the law of attraction, has brought in a lot of different offers and options. Some of them are realistic and some of them aren't. Some of them are daydreams that you have for yourself, and some of them are real kind of possible opportunities for love. But right now, you're just not sure. Everything's quite hazy. And so this week, I think you just need to take some time to really, although you want to share love with somebody, now is the time to really decide what kind of relationship that is. And if you're really daydreaming about something that is unattainable or unrealistic, right? And perhaps more should be thinking about, or perhaps setting your sights on, I would say, something of a more realistic cup or a goal. Nevertheless, you do feel like you're about to start a whole new chapter in your life, Libra. And so a lot of this is just you really daydreaming about the next step as well. Page of Wands, Ten of Swords, and Ten of Cups. And this is the last spread. I'm going to leave it at that. Page of Wands, some of you certainly are experiencing a renaissance of your creative energy. You're feeling a sense of a whole new creative identity that's pushing through you. There's definitely been a transformation, but that transformation has almost brought you back to this feeling you had when you were young again, right? You're coming to the end of a really difficult road, a period of time where you've had a lot of kind of battles and a lot of arguments, perhaps even, or a lot of at odds energies, but you're at the end of that. You've learned a lot out of that, and Ten of Swords means you've really kind of put this period behind you, and you kind of come out of it a whole new person. As well as that, it's almost like you finally get also your Ten of Cups. So for some of you, this is a wedding as well. It's as if the wedding and this consolidation of your love, or this commitment of your love here, comes at the perfect time in your life, because it's at a period where you're finally done with a very difficult period in your life, or a difficult chapter in your life. And how you resurrect out of this is sets you up quite perfectly for this new relationship. You go into this new relationship with really a lot of positive energy. All right, you guys. And so for some of you who are resonating with it, this is certainly a time now with this Page of Wands where you want to open yourself up to all of this kind of creative energy that's coming out. Right? It could be that this relationship at the end of this difficult period that you've been through, this could have been a period of being unemployed or being poverty-stricken perhaps a bit, having a lot of arguments with the family, whatever the case may be, it's kind of behind you. And this beautiful new relationship, both of these events, this kind of conclusion and setting you up for a new stage in your life just ushers in all of this creative energy, and you really should follow through with this creative energy. It could lead you somewhere very, very nice in this new chapter in your life, Libra. All right, guys, so this is your weekly reading for September 8th to the 14th. This is for Libras. I do hope this resonated with you. If it did, please like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff to help my channel grow. This is what I do for my living now, and I do appreciate all the support you give me because it just allows me to continue to provide these readings for you. Sound off below in the comments. Let me know how you feel about these readings. Let the nation, the Bow and Arrow Nation, know about your experiences in love, life, and career for the week. But for right now, my lovely Libras, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.